Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning, and it's going to be a great day, but it's been a while since I've come on, so sorry about that. I'm actually reading and listening to an Audible book, so I listen to it and then I read it later just so that I can really absorb the information in the book, and it's The Eighth Habit, and I don't know if any of you guys have read The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Covey. Well, I read that, I want to say a couple years ago. And I actually, no, not a couple years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, because I remember presenting the habits in sales meetings at my work. And so now Stephen Covey's come out with this other book that's called The Eighth Habit, and it's called From Effectiveness to Greatness. And, it just started to trigger a lot of different things when I was listening to it. And one of the things that really struck me was the need or the desire to want to be great. Playing small. This was one quote from the book. Do you want to play small? And how does that serve you and others, right? And so I think about different aspects of our lives and the very small choices we make in terms of what would be great, what would be effective. And, one thing came to mind, and I don't know, some of you guys might know me, and there are certain parts of my work where I feel very particular. And so I like things done particularly in a certain way, whereas others wouldn't. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, but for me, particular means my best, my absolute best, with my greatest effort and the best I can do. Now, funny enough, up until now, I would describe myself as anal. OCD, as somebody called me, not that long ago. And I think it's unfair because, you know what? Not anal. That sounds like obviously a negative term. It's just wanting to be the best I could totally be in whatever it is that I'm doing. Being great at something I've chosen to do. Not just effective, not just I'll get the job done and that'll be good enough. But for those of you who have this, mentality in certain aspects of your life, whatever small or big that is, where you just want things done a certain way, and if it's not hurting anybody else and not causing any strain, why wouldn't you just go for great? Why wouldn't you go for the best you possibly can in whatever that is that you're trying to do? And so one of the things that's really already struck me from this book, and it's great that I'm getting this now because you know what? I've been feeling a little... how can I say? I won't say it yet, but I've been feeling a little bit like my voice has not been heard, and that's all I'm going to say. Where one of the things that came out of this book is if you can teach certain things, so let's say you're reading a book and you're learning something. If you can learn it and read it to teach it, you're you're going to actually learn it even more. You're going to absorb the information more, and you're actually going to start living it once you start to teach it. And our jobs are to help, well, not our jobs, but what they try to promote is, finding your voice. And finding your voice so that, you can teach, express without hurting anybody, but express the greatness that you are and having that voice. But not only that, a big thing about being great is being able to show others that they can be great too, to help inspire others as well. And so I would encourage all of you guys today to take a look at what you're doing in terms of serving others. And I'm not saying serve others like bring them a cup of coffee. I mean, mind you could do that. But serving others in a way that you help inspire them and help get them to think outside the box, help them to be proud of who they are, and help them express the greatness that's within them, and not try to turn it into something negative. Next time somebody wants to do something a certain way, instead of calling them anal or OCD, or even calling yourself anal or OCD, ask yourself, oh, tell me why this is better if you do it this way. Try to get more information instead of automatically labeling it as something negative. So, yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you, and I hope that inspires you today, and I hope that everything I do and say help inspire somebody out there to go out there and kill the day. But yeah, it is time to go back, or it's time to go into work. It's almost time to be there, and I want to wish you guys a great Tuesday and a great rest of the week. I got you all, and I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.